$16 million were stolen from indexed finance. Users were panicking, wondering why the price of an index fund had instantly crashed by 97%. It turns out that a script had mysteriously traded hundreds of times, draining the funds of nearly all their coins. Indexed had just been exploited. At this point, there was nothing the team could do. The damage had already been done. In a follow-up statement, they asked the exploiter to do the right thing by returning the funds and to keep 10% as a bounty. However, only silence followed. Now, this could have been the end of the story. Another cryptocurrency hacker takes off with millions of dollars only to never be seen again. Except, this hacker left behind a trail of clues that would allow us to uncover his true identity. Suddenly, he would not be so quiet. This is the story of a decentralized protocol trying to recover its losses through a centralized system. But it's also the story of an 18-year-old who believes he did nothing wrong. Whoever is right under the court of law could stand to change the entire cryptocurrency industry. Before we get to that, what is indexed? On Ethereum, there are many different tokens you can buy, but what if you want exposure to the entire market? Indexed makes this easy with its index funds, which represent ownership in a diverse portfolio of many tokens. For example, DeFi 5 is an index representing the top 5 DeFi tokens. So you can buy and sell DeFi 5 just like a normal token, and its price will go up or down depending on the prices of its underlying assets. A month before the attack, the developers were contacted by user Umbral Upsilon with questions about specific mechanisms that happened to also be used by the hacker. He claimed he was only building an arbitrage bot. Lawrence happily answered his questions, and Dylan even sent $2,000 to incentivize him to keep working on the project. But after the attack, he changed his username to Bogholder and deleted all his messages. This was a major red flag. In a shocking turn of events, the developers realized they had been helping the hacker this whole time. The next day, someone in the Discord pointed out that Bogholder was a warden at C4, a community code auditing platform. They also showed evidence on the blockchain. C4 paid Bogholder a few $1,000s in prizes from a contest. That wallet then deposited 4 ETH into Tornado Cash hours before the attack. Then, the hacker's wallet withdrew 3 ETH. Tornado Cash is a privacy mixer where anyone can deposit and withdraw ETH anonymously. You usually want to wait before depositing and withdrawing to dissociate the two addresses, but because these deposits and withdrawals were only hours apart, this was definitely suspicious. So the index developers quickly got in touch with one of the C4 organizers, but it turns out he already knew about this. Back in August, C4 ran a competition and someone named Tensors won 4th place. In the C4 Discord, you can see that Bogholder was pinged for winning 4th place in announcements. Thus, Bogholder is Tensors. 2 days after the hack, a new user joined the C4 Discord under the username Tensors8. He messaged another one of the C4 organizers asking for the warden rollback because he was joining with a different Discord. He also asks them to change his address on file, probably because he knew his old one was tainted with Tornado Cash. After Sock Drawer Money realized the connection, he messaged Tensors asking if he was involved in the hack and if he intended to return the funds. Tensors denied anything to do with Indexed. By the time Indexed reached out to Sock Drawer Money, Tensors had deleted all his messages from the DM. Fortunately, there was a message logger which lets us still read them. From here, the blockchain provided more paths to search. This wallet only has 6 transactions, 3 of which are receiving ETH from Binance, sending ETH to Coinbase, and sending ETH to another wallet. Upon receiving the ETH, it immediately sent it to the C4 wallet that Tensors owned. This discovery was particularly incriminating because it revealed a possible link to a centralized exchange, which requires identity verification. Index reached out to those exchanges in an attempt to uncover the hacker's real-life identity. For now, they published all this information and presented an ultimatum. Tensors, you have 36 hours to return 90% of the stolen funds. If you fail to do this, we will be sending all the information that we have to law enforcement agencies for them to do as they see fit. We will not stop digging either. You've slipped up elsewhere. You can now choose what difficulty you want to play this game on. Easy mode or Dark Souls. It's your call. Later, Indexed was able to uncover the hacker's entire digital footprints. While waiting for a response from the exchanges, Indexed received another tip that Bogholder had registered for C4 using the GitHub account mTheoryLord1. Searching this username on Google revealed another GitHub account, mTheoryLord, which had a single commit in a repository titled Grade 12 Project. This meant the hacker was finishing high school in 2016. Initially, it looked like this commit contained no more information, but the git command line revealed the email address used to submit the project. It includes a domain owned by a high school in Ontario. They also found a Stack exchange with that name. The account mostly posted about math, but 3 months before the attack, he asked a question about executing flash loans on Ethereum. Next, there's a Wikipedia account. His first post was a bit egotistic. After that, he made an edit to a page about a game show for high school students. It edited the alumni section to add a name that matches the previously found email address. Googling the name led to his personal website. The website was down but had been cached by Google about 16 hours before the attack. It stated that he is a master's student at the University of Waterloo studying pure mathematics and he has an interest in cryptocurrency. 20 minutes before the ultimatum deadline, the website was back up with the references to cryptocurrency deleted. It linked to his resume, which contained his birthday. It was at this moment that the team realized they were dealing with an 18-year-old. This took them by surprise and raised some serious ethical concerns. Suddenly, the investigation halted.